Hello and welcome to Gone Kayaking 2023. I'm Clayton.
And I'm Darren.
Happy New Year to you all, and for those of you who are watching for the first time, you've picked a great one to start watching with because we're going to start the new year with a prize giveaway. Thanks to Lomo, we are going to be giving away a pair of their Pogies. And all you have to do to be in with a chance of winning is to like, share and subscribe to our channel and keep watching, because later on in this content we're going to tell you exactly how you can win. Now, before we get to that, let's start with where we are and where we're going and what we're doing.
So we're leaving Ashlett Creek near Calshot, and we are going one way along the coast following the tide to Lymington.
And that means we won't be coming back to Ashlett, so we have to thank, otherwise it wouldn't have been possible, Flak Attack Logistics, who took us to Ashlett's and we were able to get the kayaks into the water, and then Flak Attack Logistics met us at Lymington once we finished so that we could load up and head home. So thank you very much for that. Muchas gracias, Flak Attack Logisticals.
Absolutely.
And the reason we did it was because lovely weather, and not we took Flak Attack Logistics. The reason that we took this particular trip because we had the tide was taking us from Ashlett's to Lymington.
Purely because it's there. Normally you've got a southwesterly wind, so this would be going the opposite way. But obviously this particular day there's virtually no wind. I think there's a slight breeze from the north, but it's nothing at all to speak of.
Not only that, for those of you that have been following us for a while now, you would have noticed something rather peculiar in that I'm actually out on the water. Yay!
It can be done.
It can be done. It isn't just a figment of people's imagination. I do get out on the water now and again when I can. It was me, you, Captain Chris, and Dave, who's next to me, just with his slightly more yellower boat. And Dave, for those of you that didn't know, we had our own police escort, didn't we?
Indeed.
Because he is a copper. And then it turns out, we were having a little chat before we started putting this together, it turns out Dave's not only a policeman, he was also a copper on the water. I didn't know that. I mean, I didn't even know there was such a thing. We were just making up, thinking, I wonder if it's like, if it was anything like that. I wonder if he was a copper on the water, if there was such a thing. It turns out it was. He was part of the Solent Hamble Island Team, which when you shorten that, no, let's move on. But he did have a call sign. We do believe it was Aquaman. So if you do see him, feel free to shout, Aquaman, how's it going?
Yeah, it seems fair.
Yeah, only right. It's got to be done, hasn't it? Now, coming along, there's plenty of history, isn't there, along the coast. There's plenty of modern innovation as well, as we can see with the, whatever that is, the radar tower.
Yep, that's the control tower. Well, it's probably got a proper name, but we'll call it that. It's the radar that controls the traffic in and out of Southampton.
And from very modern to very ancient with that castle.
That is Calshot Castle. I think that is one of Henry VIII's little bedrooms by the sea. Yeah. Beach hut, maybe.
Little retreat.
Yeah, exactly.
For his many wives.
He may have had a gun or two in there.
I'm sure he did.
But this is also where the buildings were for the flying boats. I don't know if that's one of the original ones there, but you can see the slipways where the Calshot Centre is.
It's a good use, good legacy really, isn't it? Making use of it now. It's not being done for the flying boats, but you can go and visit it.
Indeed.
And there are all these just lovely sort of elements to when just going for a paddle. Yes, we get out in the water. Yes, it's a beautiful day. It's a lovely view. But there's so much going on. And talking of which,
this is the outfall from the cooling for the power station.
What is that? I don't know what that means.
Well, I believe it's probably not in use now. I think the power station's a bit defunct, but that would have been an outfall for cooling water that was pulled in from the sea, cooled the power station, and squirted back out here.
Ah, cool. Literally. Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, so I had a little paddle around there. I think I touched it. I think we all had a little. Got to touch it. And
we did. We got a test. In fact, at that very part you were telling me to. Why don't you touch it?
There we go. Yeah, some of the sometimes we do dip in and out of the audio. There you go. Good job. But the audio is not great on the cameras, unfortunately. However, I have a GoPro, and apparently that one, the GoPro Hero Session 4, is the best audio for a best microphone for an outdoor camera, particularly one that you might want to be taking out on the water. So bear that in mind, and they're pretty cheap now. You can get them for about 60-70 quid. and a really good piece of kit actually. There we go, I touched it as well.
Looks like you nearly swam too.
I nearly had some.
Slight panicked look in your eyes.
Bit close. Almost a Codigo Marron moment. Cobra. Yeah, it's like it's all or nothing in it whenever I'm doing something, really. There's not much finesse about what I'm doing.
Are you still upright?
Well, that's the important thing.
Now this, coming up now, is part of the old D-Day infrastructure. So, let's spin the camera around. Right on cue.
There we go. This is the beauty of the 360 cameras that we use, the 360 1X2. Really good piece of kit. Properly good piece of kit, isn't it?
It is decent. Mine took a tumble off my bike and it actually still works fine. You can see the pontoons there behind us again. And this is also where we're coming back to the coast, because Chris and Dave followed the coast and we went off out to look at this outfall. So we all met up again.
Yeah, and still just glorious sun at our backs, just breezing along, and then another little... What is that? That's
the marker for the entrance to Bewley River.
You breathe in! Oh, good man. See, I don't think I did that. I don't think I would be... Or did I?
No, you tried, and then you actually say on here how you missed it.
I lined it up. I'm lining it up, and oh no, I don't think. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Oh, I've drifted off. Not going to get back now.
You don't want to go through it sideways. You have the tide pushing you through sideways. It won't be a good fit.
I missed it. Yeah, maybe next time I'll get through it.
But you did touch it.
Yay! Ding!
Half a brownie point.
Excellent. I think I've even got a rudder on the back and still couldn't guide it through.
You see where you were launching, your rudder was a bit jammed up on that trip.
Yeah, it was a bit, wasn't it?
Someone might not have given it a good clean.
Yeah, top tip for keeping your rudder in good working nick would be to do what?
Blast the hose through it, clean the salt out of the lines.
Yeah, the lines won't get messed, they just get clogged up, don't they, with the crystalline salt?
Indeed, they'll go solid.
Now, with all that paddling, time to take a little bit of a breather, a bit of a rest, get some water. Oh, there's relaxing, isn't it?
We're having a breather because Dave had a bit of a bladder issue to resolve.
Yeah, Captain Slackbladder. I think it's going to have to be his name now, not Aquaman. We've got Captain Chris. Captain Slackbladder, who is, at one with nature right now. And then we can move on again. I suppose there are some advantages to be in a sit-on kayak like Captain Chris has got. We could just relax like he did.
This is someone messing with your mojo.
Oh yeah, this is Darren being a big kid. So he knocked the back of my boat. So yeah, I just got a
nudge to the back and just keep pushing.
Yeah, just got away from him, and then do it again, don't you?
You're trying to outrun the Valkyrie.
Yeah, no, this is interesting because what am I in? What have I got? I've got a...
It's a Dagger Exodus. Lucky you know, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a green boat. So my Dagger Exodus, and I'm giving it some full throttle, and then look at you. That's ridiculous. Now, I know you even just taking a breather, now you still go sailing past me. Now, why is that? I mean, we're pretty much, in terms of strength and stuff, there's not much in it, is there? I mean, your technique's probably much better than mine. For those of you that are good paddlers thinking, what on earth is he doing with his paddle? That aside, yeah.
I didn't notice, or I'd have splashed you.
There you go, yeah, that's how I took that. After all that paddling, all that exertion, we did decide we'll have a little bit of a breather. However, it did seem to go on for quite a while. I do have to wonder whether we're actually going to do any paddling, or we're just going to cruising up and just...
Well, we're moving, aren't we?
Yeah, which is true. Look, my baby nearly went. I'm terrible. I have gone over when I've not been moving before.
Yeah.
So anyway, now it's time for the quiz. We're talking about chance to win some Loma Pogies. All you have to do is in the comments section write, what am I thinking and what am I doing right now? And just as the graphic says, has now gone, we will announce the winner on the 1st of February 2023. So then, from the ridiculous to the sublime, as we approach the piece of modern nautical history.
Indeed, this is the Sowley boom, which I believe is World War II submarine defence. It stretched right across the Solent, so this is the northern end of it.
And that meant, so it literally, just to stop the subs coming through, it doesn't stop us coming through, but stop the subs from going up the Solent.
Indeed, they would have apparently a net strung across the middle part, which would be open at certain times of the day, or I guess if something big or important comes through.
It's amazing, and just the ingenuity of simple things just to get the job done. I don't know whether or not today the modern world just seems to overcomplicate things at times.
There's some similar technology near Portsmouth, where they've got the concrete dolphins there, which have caught a few sailors unawares.
So got through that bit, and then we lost the sun for a little bit. It got a little bit overcast, but even so, you can see, and this is great when you go on your Valkyrie, get some decent speed up, can't you? Which is why you were able to sail past me in my green Yak Attack, literally because of the dynamics of the boat.
Well, it's nearly 2 feet longer than yours. The boat's quite long too, and
say that, such a child.
it's narrower, so it will be a little bit quicker.
Okay, but not as quick as that boat.
Not as quick as that boat, but I think he's got a big engine running.
A big engine running, but also probably a big bill to go with it. It's nice, isn't it? They look lovely, but there's some serious money you probably need, not just to buy a boat like that, but be able to maintain it. And some of the boats out here coming into Lymington.
Pretty true. You can get a nice yacht for not very much, but keeping it and using it, it's not always cheap.
Whereas actually getting a kayak, an investment, a second-hand kayak, you get one for a few £100 and you've got something then, as long as you've got the space to put it outside in the garden or wherever, that's it. There's no other costs, are there?
Not really. We've proven we can still cover the whole Solent with the kayak, so you don't really need a fancy yacht for that.
Absolutely not. And get a real feel and be of one with nature. That just about concludes the trip. All that was left to do was this. Sorry.
Good job I've got a fender on the back there.
Absolutely. Gonna stay in this. Put your feet in there. And after a comment like that, all I have to say is, sorry, Darren. I just like, as if it's your problem that the water's like that, and I'm not putting my feet in that. I did put my feet in that. If you want to know how, you can just keep watching to the very end. This is the trip, courtesy of Google Earth, which is pretty cool actually. We can see exactly where we went, the 23 kilometres out round and about. There is plenty more content to come for 2023, such as Bewley River top to bottom. Can't wait to show you that one. We've got a plan as well. We would like to go to Red Sands Fort, and so a bit of a call out to anybody who has done that trip already, is confident and feels good about doing that, because we know it's a very busy area, isn't it, for a lot of traffic in that area.
Bit of tide, lots of traffic. It's the main entrance to London.
But we would love to go and do that in 2023. So if that's something you've done and you'd like to do again, and you'd like to be with us and then get yourself on the channel, then please let us know in the comments of this video. That just about wraps it up from us. As I said, plenty more content to come. Please feel free to like, share and subscribe. But for now, though, from myself, Clayton,
And me, Darren.
Stay safe on the water, everybody. Till next time, goodbye. What? What'd you do then? You pushed me out?
I just lobbed a lump of slime on your boat.
Git. I'll get in the slimy bit. Oh. Legs are still alive. I can just about feel mine.
They should both of them are there.
Yeah. Do you want to give me that? I think I'm stuck. You alright? You're stuck? A little bit. Gonna make it. I'm gonna make it.
Trip.
I thought I was in a bad state.
Youth, mate. Youth.
Yes. He's the youngest, I think. Just a snapper. 30s and a bit.
30-10.